Alright, here we are for round 2. Questionable hand here. Our deck is mostly filled with black sources, so I think we can keep this, especially since we have a pretty good 3-drop. Even a 2/2 first strike wouldn't be bad, so I'm going to keep this. Might be a little loud at the moment, and my dogs are going crazy behind me, so hopefully they will calm down in a moment. But looking for a black source. That is not one, but we'll play the mountain just in case we do draw one. Then we can play Spike Jester next turn and start running out there. Obviously, it's kind of important to think about stuff like that. I almost clicked on an island, and that would have made it so I couldn't have played it even if I drew a swamp. I didn't, so it ended up not mattering. So obviously we got to pass back here. I think this guy's pretty good, actually. Interestingly, or maybe not interestingly to you, if I would have drawn a swamp, I would have played my Spike Jester and attacked into it. I would have been okay trading my Spike Jester for the Zertod Druid there. Oh, interesting. So we're going to be running into a Civic Saber deck, I guess. I guess we'll see how that works out. Obviously, going to be playing a Splatter Thug, Unleashed, or Leashed, excuse me, Leashed on my turn to stop any beatdowns from that guy. I don't really want to race against the Civic Saber. Alright, so I think there's not really any reason to hide this, so I'm just going to go ahead and play it out. Play the Splatter Thug, go ahead and leave him leashed up. And if he's got removal for it, he's got removal for it, but excuse me. Apparently we're against 4 or 5 colors. There's red, white, green, black. He's got some good cards. I guess if you play 4 or 5 color, you have access to you know, almost anything you want to play. Alrighty. So got a couple options here. Couple options. I think the Death Cult Rogue is where I think the Death Cult Rogue is what I want to do. I can get in for an unblock 2 every turn, and then probably a Syndicate Enforcer for extort purposes. None of these guys, I mean, the Mind's Eye Drake would be great for the Basilica Screecher, but at this time, I don't think I need to do that. So let's play the Death Cult Rogue and pass. I mean, he can put the Civic Saber on the Basilica Screecher and attack for 2 in the air, but that's okay. He should have tapped this guy at the end of his turn to deal me 1 damage. There's no mana burn anymore, as you probably know, so you might as well tap this guy, deal me 1 damage before he untaps, right? Great. Okay, glad we're all on the same page there. Glad we're all in agreement. If I draw a land, I'm definitely playing the Mind Eye Drake. And if I don't, it'll probably be a Syndicate Enforcer. Alright, that's not bad. And in that case, I think I'm going to play... I can't play the Spike Jester and the Ultimate Price. Okay, so that's... actually, what I think I'm going to do is attack with both guys. Attack with both. He can play probably anything in his hand, but attack with both and play an Ogre Jailbreaker, because this guy can't get through that anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It has been decided. That Ultimate Price is probably going to eat that Basilica Screecher, but right now I think I'd rather be a little more aggressive, develop my board a little bit. If he had a way to deal with an Ogre Jailbreaker, he probably would have killed my Splatter Thug already. So I mean, he could be 5 color and be missing blue. It's a possibility, I suppose. He does have 6 mana, so he can cast anything other than double color, non-black green or blue. So if he does attack with the Zertod Druid, probably block with the Ever Jailbreaker. Alright, so he's not attacking with him, he's just going to try to race us in the air. Since I'm probably going to kill that guy with my ultimate price, it's probably not the end of the world. There are ground guys that would obviously be pretty bad for me. I mean, I have a 4/4 blocker, which is pretty decent. But there's probably bigger guys that an ultimate price could get. But between the 2/2 in the air and the extort, it's probably worth getting rid of that guy. Alright, I guess he just doesn't have anything better to do with his mana. That's a very good card, but not something I need right now. I could play the Goblin Jester. And again, this guy's not playing this guy right. There's no reason not to tap him at the end of my turn. Deal me 1 damage every turn. I'd be down probably to what? Like 11? Something like that. That's obviously good. But that's okay by me. So I have options. I can play anything in my hand except for the Mind Eye Drake. But if I do so, I can't play 2 black cards. And that's okay. I'll probably play the ultimate price. Or do I want to just keep racing? I guess right now I just would rather keep racing. So I'll probably, if I play the Spike Jester, he's going to have to trade. He's going to have to trade it out. I think that's fine. That leaves him with just his air guy. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, he could have a trick to keep his guy alive or something. He's got 3 cards and a ton of mana. But I'll keep some pressure on for now. I still think leaving the Splatter Thug leashed was the right choice because I didn't want to take a ton of damage while waiting to get my guys in there. Okay, so that's kind of what I expected to happen, but now he taps it to deal 1 damage to me. He could have done that several times. Must have forgotten. Or maybe he needs the mana. He might need the mana. No. Okay. Okay, so that's all we're doing. Can't cast anything else, so we'll pass it on back over. A gate would be pretty good too, because then all of a sudden our Ogre Jailbreaker swings in, but I'm not really sure what he can have in his hand. I mean, they could be all lands, I guess, or blue cards. Maybe he's 5 color. Okay, so he's going to be able to do that. Alright, so I guess maybe ultimate pricing him would have been a better way to go. Interestingly here, if he's probably going to play his guy. I mean, that's a better choice than equipping the Civic Saber, I think, unless he really thinks he's going to race, but it doesn't really seem likely. Yeah. So that Basilica Screecher has an ultimate price written all over it, almost certainly. He has no creatures to bring back to his hand, so he's paid 4 to get a Zertod Druid back. I'm fine with that. It's not probably the best use of Midnight Recovery, but he's probably got other cards in his hand like that. I mean, if he had removal, he would have killed my guy by now, I think. Alright, if it was a land, I might have just played Mind Eye Drake instead of Ultimate Price. But here we're going to go ahead and... Actually, let's I guess there's no harm in attacking first. Here he might block, thinking that he can get his guy back with Midnight Recovery. But I guess not. But that would be a reasonable thought, is he could block and get his guy back with Midnight Recovery. I guess tapping probably gave something away. It probably was a bad choice, although, you know, I don't know. We still take 1 a turn from the Zertod Druid. Alright, so I guess he's active treasoning my Jailbreaker, making him a 5/4, sure. So he can deal me 6 damage here? That doesn't seem great. I could even chump with my Doorkeeper. In fact, I might do that. I don't really want to lose to a trick, and even though giving up one of my guys isn't great, I don't think I'm going to need both of them, so what the hell. I think this actually makes sense. Most people I think would take this 5, but I don't think there's any reason to do that here. I think I'd rather have 5 and no Doorkeeper than vice versa. Especially since I should get my Jailbreaker right back. Plus I have another ground blocker. I'd like to get a Mind Eye Drake out there, so if I draw a land, that's what I'm going to play. If I don't draw a land, I'll probably play the Syndicate Enforcer, since I got a Civic Saber. So that's pretty awesome. Pretty sure I can't move it. I'm pretty sure it still belongs to him. If I would have drawn a gate, that would have been pretty sick. But I didn't. So, especially annoying this evening. Driving me a little bit of the crazy. I think I didn't want to take that 5, especially if this guy figures out he can ping me 1 damage every turn. I don't want to be on that kind of a clock, especially if he's running things like Active Treason. I will say his deck doesn't seem super aggressive for an Active Treason. Maybe it's just the way he drew out this game. But it doesn't seem super Active Treason-y. You probably want to be pretty aggressive for that, but alright, well, he did figure out that he could ping me 1 turn, so see what he does here. Did he just play a land? I didn't see that. No, he didn't. He should have 2. Oh, he's on his draw step. Alright. I mean, I could play like a Warped Physique and try to win this turn. Like, it depends on what he plays here. Okay. So we'll not be attacking with a Splatter Thug on this turn. Okay, so that's what he'd been holding on to, trying to gain a haste guy. So I guess we're on the in the air to win plan. I don't think I can use the Civic Saber on my own guy, but if so, then I would win. We'll try. I don't think so. I think he still controls the Civic Saber even though it's on my guy. He could probably pull it back anytime, like right now. I don't think there's any reason not to play my island. I mean, I guess Warp Physique's worse if I have less cards in my hand. Yeah, I guess that's true. It's got no rogues, right? Alright. Let me make sure. I can't actually... Yeah, cannot use the Civic Saber. Didn't think so. Just wanted to make sure. So we're just going to attack with a Death Cult Rogue, who can't be blocked, and a Mind Eye Drake, who likewise cannot be blocked. We're going to keep some guys back on the ground. And I think... I mean, I can play the Syndicate Enforcer and hold a Warp Physique for 1, which would get either of his guys, I guess. I don't... I mean, I guess if he wants to put something... He's got to hit me for 10. So I'm going to block here for sure. And I'll block here for sure. I don't think there's any way I can lose right now. But... I don't think there's any way I can lose. But I'm going to play that out and save up a Warped Physique for 1. Because Warped Physique for 1 will kill this guy if a trick doesn't get there. For example, if he was going to have some sort of like Wrecking Ogre or something, I could kill it before he pumped. Alright, so he's pinging me for 1. And I don't think I can lose. I mean, he's out of cards. I'm trying to think of what he could draw that could do me. I guess really he has to deal me 8 damage, I guess, because it's going to put me to 9. Then next turn he can put me to 8. I don't think so. He's got to find a way to kill 3 of my guys or deal me 9 damage to win. He attacks with everyone. Interesting. Okay, so that's game. Right? Yeah, he has no way to stop either of my guys. So that'll do it. That'll be game 1. A long game 1. Again, I'm playing pretty slow. Still trying to learn cards. Still trying to think things out. I'm always a slow player, though. I readily admit that. I try to make sure I'm not missing anything, either smart or stupid. So anyway, let's see. Against this guy, it's just 4 color, pretty slow. I think I'm going to run it back the way it is. I still think like I'd like to try Weapon Surge, but I think my deck's pretty good the way it is. So we'll go to game 2. Okay, here we are in game 2. Gonna be on the play. We do have all 3 of our colors, and a 2 and a 3 draw, and 2. I think I'm gonna keep this. I don't love keeping 2 landers, but maybe we'll get to try our Sire, and if not, I mean, we still got a Basilicus creature and some Doorkeeper action. Both me and this guy played pretty slow last game. Me slower, had to chase my dogs around a bit, break up fights, stop them from barking loudly, all kinds of fun stuff. But, you know, 'tis what it is. Alright, good. Well, so we are going to run out the old Screecher here. I would say that's good. We did need a land there, and now we have a 2, a 3, and a 4 drop, so a couple 4 drops. So we might be able to dump our hand and get an Sire of Insanity out there. Okay. Alright, Cluestone isn't bad, but not really what I need at the moment. Maybe if I don't draw land here in a couple turns. Yeah, maybe. I could also play Doorkeeper and Extort, but I think for a couple reasons, his deck seems pretty slow, and because I think I just wanna race through. I think Death Cult Rogue with the unblockable. I didn't see him play any rogues, and I didn't see any removal. I mean, it seems like in black, green, red, white, you have to have some removal, right? Like, you would have to have some removal, I think. But I didn't see any. So, for now, I want to just start getting in unblockable damage. I'd like to draw land. Probably should attack here. I'm not going to block, although I guess I very well could. So now I have an option. Probably going to play a Lobber Crew. Or I also could play a Doorkeeper and extort it. Either way, I'm getting in with both my guys. Playing a Lobber Crew doesn't let me extort, but it does let me start pinging for 1 a turn, which isn't bad. Cluestone would be good too, because the Jailbreaker would be pretty good. Double Strike, I mean, Double Strike's pretty bad if he gets this guy up to double striking. I guess not against a Clinging Anemone, so I guess it's not that bad. I think I just want to keep the pinging pressure on, and so I think Lobber Crew is what I want to do here. I deal 4 a turn, assuming my guys stay alive. I would block, for sure, one of these guys. Probably the big one. I mean, any trick is going to get my guy anyway. So, being that that is the case, might as well block the extra damage, right? Right. Especially because he has no way to populate at the moment. So we're just going to block here, and if he's got a trick, he's got a trick. Okay. If I don't draw land this turn, I'm probably going to have to play the Cluestone. Because I am going to need to get out either the Anemones or the Jailbreaker pretty soon, probably. I'm running 17 land. My deck isn't really that high of a curve, so 17 land and 2 Cluestones, so I shouldn't be having issues like I am, but I am, so that's fine. I mean, the other possibility is to play a Doorkeeper and extort. That's not a terrible possibility, but the Hunter of Night Vale would be good also. So I think because of that, I'm just going to go ahead and get the Cluestone out there. And if I draw a land, I can play Jailbreaker or Haunter. And if I draw a couple, I can get a Sire of Insanity out there, although I'd like to dump my hand, at least most of it first. Although 6-4 would be pretty good on the board. I definitely don't want to be taking Double Strike from this guy. Interestingly, too, another good target for the Staticaster right here. So, trying to keep that in mind on who's good against the old Staticaster, or who Staticaster is good against in the new block. I was pretty underwhelmed by Staticaster and RTR. It just didn't have a lot of targets. 1/1 bird tokens, and like that's about it. I mean, there might be some other guys I'm not thinking about, but that was like the main one. But I think there's the 3/1 Steeple Rock, there's the Veteran, although most people don't play this card, it's not that good, but the Steeple Rock I think is pretty good. The Spike Jester, I think there's quite a few cards with 1 toughness in the set now, in the block. But again, still pretty new to it. To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming to me how many options and things there are. Here's another guy. I mean, you could have played him first and did an extra 2 damage, right? I mean, I can't block, so why not do the extra 2 damage? Oh, because he's not haste. Okay. But next turn, so this turn, this guy is going to be double striking. Okay. So we did draw a land. So Haunter of Night Vale will make this guy a 2-1. 2-1 double strike. 2-1 double strike doesn't seem all that scary. So I think I'm going to play the Haunter of Night Vale here. That's not a rogue. I think I still am happy with this race. I mean, the thing about the 2-1 double strike is I'm going to have to block with the Haunter of Night Vale. But I think that's okay. The other option is to play just play the Ogre Jailbreaker, which I guess would do pretty much the same thing. Or even the Clinging Anemones, I guess, would do the same thing against this guy. Actually, no, I guess that's not true, because he does double strike, he'll deal his 2 damage first, and then do another 2, so he would kill really any of my guys, and since that's the case, I think Clinging Anemones is the one I'd most like to trade out for a 3-1 double striker. Because I could just trade. And I think trading is a-okay by me. And I tapped that wrong. Tapped that wrong. If I tap that right, I get to extort. But I tapped it wrong like an idiot. So I do not get to do that. You know, I try to play as well as possible. That's why I play so damn slow. So it frustrates me when I do something stupid like that. There's no reason for that mistake. It may not matter, but it very well could. I'd be 17-8 is better than 9-16. And it's just no reason. I'm not going to do anything with this blue or red mana. Like, there's not a spell. There's no reason for it. It's just a stupid mistake. Anyway, I'll move on from it. I'm just saying, you know, something like that kind of frustrates me. There's no reason for that mistake. And here he's got a decision. He's got to attack with this guy, and if I block with my Clinging Anemones, it dies. I think this guy is terrible, by the way. Pretty terrible card. I mean, you have to be incredibly aggressive to want this guy. And his deck is so not. But here comes something. Something big. Ooh, Molten Primordial. Alright, well, that's going to do some damage for sure. Would be interesting. I assume he's going to take one of my guys, like a Death Court Rogue, to do damage. Although, if he's smart, he might take the Clinging Anemone. Yeah, that's smart. Okay. That's smart. So, I'm going to take a lot of damage this turn. 6. In fact, I guess I probably should have thought about that. I know he's got this. He's got the Smelt Ward Gatekeepers, and he's got the other Threaten type card. So I don't think I lose this turn, though. Do I just lose this turn? No, I don't lose. But I do have to block this guy, I think. I'm going to take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... Yeah, I'm taking a lot. I'm taking 13, right? 6, 11, 13, and I have to block this guy. Well, I mean, I guess I don't have to block this guy. I can block either one of them. Either way, my guy dies. Yeah, I can't take 17, so... yeah, so... So again, it'd be 4 to 7 if I would have used my extort correctly. Now we got some issues. Alright, well that's good. In fact, I think that's going right on a Molten Primordial right now. Yeah, now I got 4 cards in hand, so that will kill that. What else am I going to play this turn? I'll have 3 mana left, so it's got to be a Doorkeeper. Gonna go ahead and go ahead and extort this time. Let's see. I don't want to die. So swing with the Death Cult Rogue, play Doorkeeper, puts him at 5. I think it's worth keeping a guy back, because if he's got another haste effect, I don't want to lose. Which, let's say he does have a haste effect and he pulls this guy, or one of my guys who can't. So let's say he pulls this guy, it leaves me with 1 blocker. Actually, leave me with 2 blockers. Yeah, so, okay, so we're attacking with the Death Cult Rogue, leaving the other guys back, and playing the Doorkeeper. And I think we can live through 1 Threaten effect. I think. And again, the 1 mana, the 1 extort trigger that I missed very well might be the difference in this game. It's not over yet, but it very well might be the determining factor. So that should do it. I think that'll do it. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't think this is gonna work, but yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. I don't know that I could have done anything a whole lot different there. I mean, this is the kind of deck that Mind Static might actually be good for. Do I want that? And if so, what do I want it over? I'm sure there's something in here that's better than, better for. In fact, I think with his deck, I think I do want to add this in. What do I want to take out is the question. It doesn't really have a lot of flyers, so maybe, I mean, Mind-Eye Drake does let me deal damage, but he does have a Basilica Screecher. That's not that amazing, though. Maybe the Clinging in enemies? And they do pretty good against his 3/1 guy. Hired Torturer? One of the Doorkeepers. I guess one of the Doorkeepers. I haven't really gone on the mill plan yet, so that's fine. Let's play that way. Alright, good news is that we have 6 minutes to get there. So I'm going to keep, 5 landers aren't amazing, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to play quick, so the remainder of this particular YouTube video should be pretty awesome. By awesome, I mean not awesome, but slightly faster than it has been. That is, I would say, probably the last card I wanted to see. That's the problem with keeping 5 landers. I keep, 4 or 5 land, like, I keep a 5 lander and think, oh, I can play anything I draw, hooray. And then, I draw like 3 land in a row, and then you're like, fucked. I think I'll play the Lobber Crew first. Alright. Yeah, I'll play the Lobber Crew first, because at least I can ping for 1 damage. And with the Higher Torture, I can ping for 2, and see part of his hand, which is awesome, but I really want to hopefully draw something I can use my mana on. Hopefully. Alright, well that's gonna be problematic. Okay, I guess I deserve that since I kept a hand with, a lot of lands. I mean, this guy's gonna be a beast. He's gonna be swinging for 5/5. That's not good. Do have some removal spells. I guess if he does that, he's going to be tapping out. But I would say so far this one does not look good for us. Maybe if we just delay him a while, we can play faster than him and he'll lose to time. Anyone who watches my drafts knows that I am not adverse to winning by time. I mean, definitely can't take 5 a turn, so I mean, if he pumps here, it'd be a great time to draw some sort of removal spell. Okay, or land, I guess, is fine too. I will say it seems like Magic Online punishes you for keeping lots of lands more than playing in real life. Maybe it just seems that way. But it seems like in Magic Online, like I'll keep a 5-lander, which maybe you shouldn't do. I don't know, but I decide I'll keep a 5-lander, and it seems like every time I draw like 3 or 4 lands in a row, or 3 out of 4 lands, which it doesn't seem like that's what the odds should be. So this game's looking pretty bad. I would say we're definitely not looking like the favorites here. Can block the Gateway Shade though, because he can only pump it to a 3/3. So that's good. Right? 3/3? Yep. That's why you should attack first. I'd say the Armed and Dangerous is pretty sweet. It's like Lure with, I don't know, something else. Okay, well that's good. That will make it very difficult for a Basilica Screecher to do lots of damage. Doesn't make it that hard for a Gateway Shade though, although I could double block with the Higher Torture. No, that'd make him 5/5. Alright, no, I can't do that. At this point, I'm going to keep my guys. I can mill him down, 3 a turn? Deal him 2, 3 a turn? I mean, mill 3, do 3, take 5. It's not a great trade, especially with the Extort going here. I mean, I can also swing with this guy. I guess it depends on what we draw. Okay, well, I guess we're getting hit with a Mind Eye Drake. I mean, doesn't really gain much by doing that. In fact, I mean, he develops his board, So I guess he does gain stuff by doing that, but and I guess this guy's pretty impossible to block now too. Yeah, I'd say I'm up against it pretty good here. Wow, that's a big mistake. He should have realized this guy's 5/5 and I can't do anything about it. Because I have to take that damage or let one of my guys die. I'd say that's a pretty big mistake not attacking with that guy there for 5. There's just no reason not to. That's pretty clearly not what I'm trying to draw. I think here I just stay back, try to block. I think that's what I have to do. Stay back, block, and use all my mana abilities. And if he plays a guy, I'm in trouble, because this guy's going to be 5/5. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty much in trouble anyway. That's pretty not good for us. Wow, another one? Alright, I guess this guy's deck is threaten.deck. Yeah, we're gonna lose this one. Unless we find a way to drag it out 3 minutes, which doesn't look like is going to happen. Now, I mean, he should swing with this guy for 6. I have to chump block it. I mean, just have to. Yep. Alright, well I guess we're not going to win by milling, so let's chump block here. And I mean, it doesn't really matter here, I don't think. I guess, I mean, I could have milled him there. That doesn't do a whole lot of good. Alright, looks like there's an Ordrin veteran in there. I mean, that doesn't seem bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that, I think it's the first time I've really gotten to play with Haunter of Night Vale, but it seems very good. Wow, 3 of those, huh? Yeah. I mean, I don't think that card's all that good, but I guess if you have lots of gates and you run like 7 threaten effects, I mean, this is the first time his deck's even looked kind of like kind of aggressive, but it looks pretty aggressive right now. I say probably should just attack with everybody. I have to chump block, I guess, with my higher Torturer. Let's see, I can deal 5 damage. Let's see. Maybe I double block? Double block, take 2, 3, 4? Yeah, I think that's okay. I mean, we're gonna lose. Gonna lose. I don't think there's any way we cannot lose. Huh. Yeah. Alright. I'm pretty sure that's just game over. I'm not really sure what to make of this. His deck seems very slow and not that good. But now that's interesting. I don't really know about that attack at all. So he can make his guy 5/5? I mean, do I double block here? I mean, he could have just won by attacking, right? I guess that's all I'm gonna do. I could double block and kill his shade, but I don't know. I don't know about that. I guess maybe I should have done that. It seems like the Haunter of Nightvale is important enough, though. Like, that would be a pretty sweet time to actually have Mind Static mana up. I mean, I'm gonna lose, but yeah, would have saved me a life here. That's a pretty good card for a common, by the way. Not really sure why you don't extort there. I guess maybe there's a reason. Yeah, so I mean, we just lose if he attacks with everybody, but he's at 1 minute and I got a Mind Static. Maybe he'll outthink himself. I mean, he attacks with everyone, it's game over. I mean, there's no way I can win this game other than him running out of time, which, I mean, could happen, I guess. I mean, one more spell extorted and I lose, so I guess I could play Mind Static and try to screw him up. In fact, what the heck? Let's play Mind Static and try to screw him up. 30 seconds. I'm not above winning. I'm not above winning to time. I'm not going to. He's going to just attack with everyone and win. Yeah. Alright, well, thanks for watching round 2. You know, it's flooded out so bad. Like, so bad. I guess that's the danger of keeping a 5-land hand, but it seemed, you know, I wish that when I kept a 5-land hand just once, I didn't draw like 4 out of 5 lands. But, alright, well, I guess we'll go to round 3.